Hey, I just want to remind you guys, In Your Corner, a movie I directed on Floyd Mayweather and Sam Watson, is out now on Vimeo.com. In Your Corner, click the link in the description box. And I would genuinely love and appreciate you guys' support. And don't hesitate to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of the film. And again, I appreciate you guys' support and enjoy the video. Peace. So, Marcellus Wiley out of LA. For those of you who may not know who he is, a great athlete coming out of LA. Went to Columbia Ivy League School in New York and got drafted by the San Diego Chargers and had a hell of a career. Or the Buffalo Bills, either of the two. I think he went there later, but great athlete, good guy in the community. I'm just egregiously disappointed in Marcellus Wiley. The reason why I'm disappointed in Marcellus Wiley is because I saw him as the balance between like educated black men and contemporary black men, because he's a DJ. I may see Marcellus, not in terms of talking to him, but I may see Marcellus Wiley 5 to 7 times a year just because he's a DJ and he's always in LA. He's always in the mix with what goes on in LA. He's a diehard Clipper fan. And I'm just egregiously disappointed that he would say Colin Kaepernick is not being blackballed when Fitzpatrick, I believe, was the quarterback of the Jets, right? Not believe, I know it. And the motherfucker threw 3 to 5 interceptions in one game. If I'm not, I think I watched that game. And he has a job? And Colin Kaepernick is if you want a backup quarterback, is the #1 pick for backup quarterbacks. I don't care who's your backup quarterback you have right now. He would be the first pick in the draft for a #1 starting for backup quarterback. And if you want to use him as a starting quarterback, he's definitely a top 25 quarterback. But I understand you have to go with how you want your quarterback to play, systems that you work with, the type of quarterback, pocket passer versus a scrambler, mobile quarterback. And it's just egregious that Marcellus Wiley would side on the... And Marcellus' favorite book, if I'm not mistaken, because I used to listen to him and Max every day. I forget the name of the book, but it talk about how athletes are slaves. Help me put the name of that title in the book. It's a New York Times bestseller book, and I can't think of it right now. And he introduced me to that book. I have yet to read it. It talks about how black athletes are on a plantation, and basically what they're doing is modern day slavery. I forget the name of the book, but it's a New York Times bestseller, and I'll get around to reading it eventually. But I'm just saddened that Marcellus Wiley would even if he believed it. I'm shocked that he said it. It's just egregious that he would say that. So, if Colin Kaepernick is not being blackballed, wow. And what makes me say wow is because, one, if they're treating him normal, imagine how they would treat an athlete that is not doing so wrong. Ben Roethlisberger is a starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers and has escaped rape charges twice. Right? Call a spade a spade. Tom Brady is a notorious cheater, and he's going down as the greatest quarterback of all time. You know, so, but, man, it's just a sad times when people distance themselves from reality because they live in a high rise. I'm not sure if he still lives in a Ritz-Carlton, but I see him sometimes when I visit friends or if I go down there and hang out and have dinner or something like that. He has a beautiful family, man. His beautiful wife, beautiful son. I believe he has a daughter that runs track. I follow him on Instagram, and he would be one of the last people I would expect to take this side on Colin Kaepernick. So Marcellus, I'm completely disappointed in you. I'll probably never get a chance to speak to you, but I'm just disappointed that you would say something like that. It's just terrible. You know, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all, especially on a platform where you're going to reach 10 to 20 million people at a time. You know, Marcellus, when you're in a position to help, help. What you're doing is tearing down the fabric of our advances. Colin Kaepernick has done nothing wrong. Marcellus Wiley, you have stood and put your right hand over the national anthem that was written out of hatred and bigotry, and you still put your right hand over your heart. America is not the most beautiful place, and you've admitted to that. You've talked about your Columbia experiences. You've talked about racism when you and Max. I used to listen to you at least 3 times a week, you know, because you guys were entertaining, you know. Now that Max is gone, I guess you have become the elitist, you know. I don't listen to you much anymore because your show is kind of boring now. I'm not saying you're boring. I'm just saying the format of it is terrible, you know, and it's not as engaging. You know, but you and Max were really some good shit together. But now it's kind of flat. But I'm exceptionally disappointed in you because honestly, I would never expect it from you. You and Keyshawn Johnson, I would never expect comments like that to come from. I swear to, and coincidentally, you're racing against Keyshawn Johnson sometime soon. But you and Keyshawn Johnson, if there was an issue in the black community, I would expect you to say the right things. And I'm disappointed. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you soon. Peace.